What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to make it a pretty quick one. I just wanted to show you guys, I guess more specifically anybody that has a Jeep Grand Cherokee, but I guess this could affect other people. I'm new to the E85 life ever since I just got done with the Repatuned mods. I'm trying to go full E85. So as you can tell, I have room for 10 jugs here, which I have 2 other ones on the other side of the truck because I'm going to demonstrate something. The typical method that some of you guys would use is this hose that comes with the kit, the cap. There are other options like this one that has a stopper, and they do sell products like this, which actually does come quite in handy. You only really need one. This is my oh shit, my pump failed setup, which I just had to use because it's the first time I'm using my pump that I'm about to show you. So I got down to, I don't know, a little higher than a quarter of a tank, maybe between a half and a quarter. That's as low as I'm willing to let this tank go. So I have fuel on standby, right? So let's start topping it off. It's my first actual fill up with the E85 in the garage. So I'm testing it out a little bit, and I was trying this. This is, I did a video on this. I'll link this down below. These pumps I've done. This one right here does like 2.4 gallons per minute. I think the other one does about the same. This one has a little nozzle. But the thing I don't love about this is that I don't feel like it sits as low as it should, so it does leave a little bit of fuel on the bottom of the 5-gallon jug, which is where this comes in. But the other one, it's actually a full-on replacement for the cap, which I always leave the regular cap on and tight so that there's no moisture. But I'm going to show you what happens. I'm not sure why. I guess something's touching something with the lid. I'll show you. So excuse the lack of light over here. One jug has, I would assume, 4.5 gallons left worth to pump in still. The other one's empty. I do usually have a second one here just in case I pull it out and there's a little bit of a spill. I could just put it right into the other container. Just catch anything. The 85 dries up very quickly, so it's, you know, same thing with any gas, so it's not a big deal. It's not like it's going to spill and overflow or damage anything. But that's why. I just decided it's honestly way too hot in this garage right now to have the door shut, but there was some guy out there weed whacking my neighbors, doing his shenanigans. But either way, okay. So this is the setup we have. It's a little different than the Hellcat. The Hellcat, you absolutely needed to use this, which I had an extra one of because I ordered one because I thought I lost the other one. Then I ended up finding this, and now I have an extra. So you needed that just to even get anything to go into the hole. You know, like you got to buy your girlfriend dinner before she lets you part the seas. You know what I'm saying? But that's what you needed. It was an assister. It was dinner. So I thought I needed that, but I don't need that for here. So logic would dictate, right? Let's take my pump. This is the pump, by the way. You know, it goes on there. It's all nice. It's got the little nozzle. It's got a little storage spot. So you would think that this is the logical conclusion here. Look at that. That would just look awesome, right? So let me show you what happens. You turn it on. Oh, it's starting to pump. It's starting to pump. It's going. It's going. And then it shuts off. By the way, I was trying to honestly figure out what this Chemical Guys hand sanitizer stink smells like, and it smells like E85. It's gross. It's disgusting. So this smell is kind of scarred for me. So this obviously doesn't work. So I was trying to figure out what to do. I turned it a million times in there. So it's got a sensor here for the stop line. I guess as soon as liquid hits this, it automatically stops this in case, you know, it's, you know, overfill. But just so I show you guys that this is still a handy tool, and you might need something similar to this with certain filler holes. But you put that in, you see that little ledge here? So this goes in, and then it locks in. So it's nice. So then I take my setup here, and I basically just slide this in, and I push go. Now, it's not super secure here, but there's not like this ton of force that's messing around. And as you can see, hopefully, yeah, it's flowing. So it will put the rest of the 5 gallons into my tank, and that's the whole goal. So I don't know, guys, it's probably super common knowledge to some of you E85 aficionados, but for me, I'm new, so I figured I would share this. It does smell kind of crazy in the back of the garage. So I tried to back in, funny story. I did have my car pulled in normal, but it's just so loud that I feel like until I can figure out whether or not my neighbors are giving me dirty looks, which not yet, they haven't yet, but it's very loud. I had sound deadener here, 2 layers. I've got sound deadener on my ceiling. I've got sound deadener here behind this and that, so multiple layers, because my sister-in-law lives in that apartment behind this. So far so good. The truck is an absolute monster. It's so much fun to drive, and again, I'm on my lowest setting. This is basically the daily driver setting so that there's no worries. It's flex fuel, so I technically don't have to do this, but honestly, if they're going to give you the option of driving around on more horsepower or less horsepower, and the only thing you really have to do is a small inconvenience of like every 2 to 3 weeks, you take your truck, go to the gas station, you fill up a ton of these, you store them. Whenever you need gas, you just pour your own gas into the car. Like, it's kind of a no-brainer. I know a lot of people are saying it's so much cheaper. Maybe it is some places outside of Jersey, but for us, I've seen $2.35, $2.50. It seems to be the average per gallon. So it's pretty much the same thing. I know I'm going to burn it faster, but in the long run, having E85 on this vehicle with all the work we've done, it's just assurance that I'm not going to have problems. I am hearing people talk about right now that the 93 is not really doing too good. And this is flowing like a river, baby. Give me that E. The 93 is kind of maybe sort of not 93, I guess, because oil, the oil world took a hit. So who knows? Maybe there's a chance that they're putting 93 somewhere else, that it's sold out and they don't even want to order it again, and they might be putting 91 in a 93 tank, selling it for more money. I don't know. There's some shady shit going on, but I'm not about that life, and I don't want to take a chance after what we've just done. So this is the setup. Like I said, I'll link below this pump. I think it's an awesome setup. I like it. It's really not an inconvenience at all, and I keep this cap in the vehicle at all times anyway, just so I know. But I just go, and you know, it does what, 2 point something gallons per minute, which means you basically have like 2 minutes to fill up 5 gallons. So at any given time, I'm probably going to do 5 to 15 gallons. Probably not going to need 15 gallons. I won't usually let my truck get that low. So you figure less than 5 minutes or so to put 2 tanks in of this, and it's about 10 gallons. Well, actually, I put 6 gallons in each 5-gallon jug because that's what fits. It's just smarter math that way. So about 12 gallons worth of gas, and you know, under 15 minutes worth of work, you know, between taking everything out and putting everything back. It's really not bad. Longer trips might not be too amazing for it, but you know, you can stop it at any time, and it's a really good setup, guys. I'm really excited. That's about it for today. Just wanted to show you that. I don't know if it's a solution to someone's problem, but don't throw away that nozzle if you have that nozzle and it's not working. But you can go with this. This is really not a bad setup either. I actually kind of really like this because it's, you know, you pump it. Just remember from my video, when you let go, it does have a little bit of a gap in time when it actually stops flowing. So don't just think it's an immediate thing like a gas pump where it just stops. No, it doesn't do that. But anyway, I'll link that video below. This is the cool stuff. I do have an E85 test kit here. I'm getting another one by, is it RevX or something like that? I'll show that, and I'll do like a little video, my first time testing. So I guess I'll record E85 Idiot's first time testing E85. Maybe that'll be like the video I do. So if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. If you are an OCD OG, thank you so much for stopping by again. I appreciate the support. We are in the process, ladies and gentlemen, of getting toward the home stretch here where I can finally start cleaning up. As you can tell, I don't know if you follow other videos, this is superiorly clean compared to the past. That bar will go back on soon, so I'm gonna have an open desk here. I'll have an open desk here. All of this stuff here is gonna be going on the vehicle at some point within the next possibly 2 weeks. So I'll have my couch back. We'll have a clean environment, and I do plan on doing a lot more detailing videos and, you know, installs and mods and discussions and vlogs and stuff. So stay tuned, a lot of things coming. But again, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. Be safe. I love you guys.